Good morning. I'm really into this whole video blogging thing actually. I'm out here, I live across the bay from the airport, and it can be a little bit noisy. There's an airplane taking off and a bit squinty because it's a bit bright, but that's okay because Sophie the cat is here helping me. Say hi to the world, Sophie. Hi to the world. She's so cute and she helps me do things. Yeah, so guess I was thinking some more because that really is all I seem to want to do is just think about things. And one of the requirements for um, my entry thing to art school, I think is a kind of a visual diary or a workbook to show my process. And it actually seems like that this video blog is going to probably form quite a lot of that because one of the ways that I like to kind of think and process about information is talk it through with people, and you know I can write kind of notes and draw pictures and collect clippings and things in a kind of little visual book. Oh, my quiff's getting a bit hammered by the wind. It's yes, I've just kind of woken up. The book, but you know, thinking about how kind of the commodification of multimedia technology, particularly kind of high definition video, and streaming and all of that has made it really possible for just anyone to participate in this. And that's not a particularly new concept. That's been going on for kind of the last 5, 10 years, maybe the last 5 years with the advent of YouTube. And you know, low cost HD cameras. Not that this is an HD camera; it's just built into the top of my laptop. But how to, if I do, which I have kind of chose to kind of record my process on video, how easy it will be for someone just to flick through that and kind of get a quick kind of takeaway message from that. You know, there's my marketing background. Rearing its delightful little head, the takeaway message. What's our takeaway from this? What's our takeaway? And it's actually one of the things I struggle with video on the web, particularly if I'm doing research, is I just want to look quickly and find out what the key points are, and I find that really easy to do with text. And you know, from studying and having to read a lot for work, and just for kind of general interest, you know, and I guess a lot of people are the same. It's quite, you know, you become quite skilled at kind of skimming through text and identifying what the key points are, and then maybe if you're studying you highlight them or you write them in your notebook, or if you're me you select it and then post it on Tumblr to save for later and to share with the world. Look, it's my pyjamas again. I'm gonna need the cigarette actually. Sorry, you've kind of caught me after my first cigarette, and I definitely need a couple of cigarettes and a few Prozacs to get through my day. So yeah, so if I do this kind of process with video, oh, someone just moved the camera without thinking about it. Oh, the horror. When I've done this and I've got this body of kind of my thought process recorded, no one's going to want to sit through it. No one. I mean, just no one. I definitely wouldn't want to. And then how do you make that explicit that I actually have had a process, but I've chosen to document it with video instead of you know, writing it down or keeping a journal. I'm keeping a journal as well, but I think this is going to become an important part of that. Yeah, so I just kind of was out here having a lovely cigarette on my balcony in the morning. I've got quite a nice flat at the moment, but I'm going to move out of it because it's really expensive. And I have heaps of trouble finding flatmates because it's quite far out of the city. But the upside is it's got a really amazing view and it's a nice deck and stuff. Yeah, so and I guess that's kind of my thing that I've been thinking about this morning is I want to use video to kind of clarify my own thinking about things. And if I do that, I'm going to end up with a big YouTube channel full of me just talking to the camera, and then how do I distill that to show to other people that might be interested in my process in a kind of a concise way. And I'm pretty sure that again, well, it's not an again. I guess one way to do it would be to kind of edit out highlights, but that's like a lot of work. I'm not really interested. And so possibly another way to do it would be to use transcription software to do kind of voice recognition and then turn what I'm talking to into a transcript, which I think would be more digestible. Because what I was saying before, I think a lot of, well, and maybe there's a generation thing here as well, but I definitely find that I think a lot of people, I'm really saying something based on no evidence at all. I think a lot of people would find it easier just to like skim through some text. It's definitely more manageable in terms of physicality, but I actually don't know that for sure. And yeah, it's quite interesting, those assumptions actually. And one of the assumptions that I've always had in documenting things that I do at work is that I'm quite a visual person, and I find that pictures and diagrams of little boxes and arrows and representations of things is quite a good way for me to get a handle on a complex system. But actually, I've talked to a friend of mine who's a trained counsellor, and she said that actually no, that's not right. Some people actually prefer to read things and find the diagrams not so useful, and that's definitely made me rethink how I present some information at work. And so maybe it's the same with video, that some people actually do prefer to watch a video and use the jog control to move back and forwards, and some people might prefer to write it. Anyway, that's kind of my morning musings. Yes, well, I'm going to leave you there because we're up to 7 minutes, and I learned last night that really YouTube only likes 10 minutes, and I went a little bit over, and I had to kind of speed up the time a bit to make it fit into 10 minutes, which is probably a bit of like a YouTube hack, and I definitely want to avoid that and get to know this medium a little bit better. So there we go. I'm going to finish my cigarette, go and have a bowl of 1/3 sugar crack Iron Man cereal, and then get on my merry way to go and earn some money. Okay, it's been lovely talking. Kiss kiss. No time.